What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is the first video that you're seeing, then welcome to my channel. I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about just give you an update about how I've been with everything that's been going on in the world, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and if I'm being perfectly honest, I haven't handled it the best or the easiest, or I haven't been 100% okay with everything, and I want to talk to you guys about pretty much what I've been going through, what I've been dealing with, how I've been coping it, maybe give you some tips on how to help you guys cope with it, because it's a lot, and it's a lot for us to handle, so stick around. So for those who don't know, I do go to therapy. I think I've talked about this in a couple videos back. I've been going to therapy for like around a year and a half now. Pretty much mainly to help me with my Asperger's syndrome, but also I get anxiety really easy. And for me, my anxiety comes about when I get overwhelmed at certain things. I always have had a hard time dealing with changes and not really handling the unknown well. I don't really have an easy time dealing with things that I can't control and not knowing the outcome of certain things. And so you can imagine how I've handled this situation that we're currently in the world. COVID-19 coming around, I think the first time I really started noticing how much of a big deal it was becoming was around February, the beginning of February, obviously, and honestly, that was when the worrying started, that was when the panic started, because, obviously you want to avoid getting sick, and at that time, I was still at work, and we haven't gone into lockdown yet, so for me, going to work every day and being around people and having to, deal with the possibility of getting sick. And at that time, the news wasn't really talking about the people that were surviving and the people who were recovering. It was mostly about people, they catch the virus and they're in the hospital and they get really sick, and some, obviously the death rates and everything speak for themselves. And so my mindset was, if I get sick, it's going to turn out bad. And so because of that, I had a really hard time dealing with it. Like, I almost quit my job because it was a lot for me to deal with. I would have, I wouldn't say full on panic attacks, but I would my breathing would get really shallow in the mornings when I get ready to go to work. And at that time they had started implementing some rules about washing your hands. In the world, obviously, but also in my job, we started washing our hands and wearing gloves and everything. And so that, it kind of helped with the comfort, but at the same time, not really. For those who don't know, I'm a hostess at a restaurant, and so my job is pretty much opening the door for people and walking them to their tables. So my job pretty much requires human contact at all times, and it was a lot to deal with. I think a lot of people obviously have had a hard time dealing with the virus being around, but as someone who develops anxiety very easily when they're in situations where they're dealing with the unknown and they don't know how it's going to turn out, and they're trying to cope with the situation that's only getting worse, and the statistics are only getting bigger, and there's not a cure for it, and it's not going away, the problem is just escalating. It's really difficult for me to deal with something like that. At the same time, while it was difficult for me to deal with everything, I've always viewed my job and going to work as kind of an escape route, because I don't have a lot of friends, I don't have a lot of social relationships, and so for me, going to work and talking to people and spending time with people, that was really helpful for me, and it really helped out with my Asperger's syndrome, and I feel like it was really helping me get over my social anxiety and everything. So when we ended up having to close down and I lost my job for like 5 to 6 weeks, that was a really difficult thing to deal with on its own. And we'll talk to my therapist about it. We would talk about it over the phone, because therapy office was not open, still isn't open. We've been doing phone sessions. But talking to my therapist about it, I was just kind of keep telling her how I felt myself just getting anxious and more anxious and more anxious. Because think about it, when you're the type of person who you've been socially awkward and socially isolated pretty much your whole life, and you finally start getting better at it, and you're developing stronger relationships, and you're out hanging out with people, and you're slowly getting better, and you feel yourself improving on something that you want to improve on, all of a sudden this thing happens and it pretty much just shuts all that out. No contact with other people, you stay in your house, no talking to anyone, don't really spend time with people. Like, that was a big deal for me. Like, it really sent me for a loop. I don't want to say it put me into a depression, but I was pretty much, every single day that I was not at work, every single day for 6 weeks in a row, I cried and I was sad. And I didn't really talk about this to my parents or anybody, but I feel like they could kind of sense it, because like for me, it was really difficult for me to be in the house every day, not leaving, not really talking to anyone except for the 4 other people that I live with. And even then, it's like, it's not really helping me. These are people that I've been around my whole life. It's not helping to improve my social relationships when these are relationships that I don't need help improving. I felt scared. Obviously scared because, with this virus going around, and we don't know how things are going to end up. We don't know how, we don't know when it's going to go away. We don't know when things are getting better, because like for a while there, it seems like all you hear on the news is bad news and how things are getting worse, and more people are dying. More and more people are getting sick. More symptoms. The list of symptoms are getting stronger. You're getting more information about ways that you can catch it. And it's just like, it was one thing after another. And it eventually got to the point where I literally had to stop watching the news, because I genuinely felt like if I kept watching the news every single day, I was going to go into a depression. And sometimes I still feel sad about it, but I feel like I've gotten better. But at this point, it was really difficult for me to deal with and handle everything going on with the virus. And I was also scared because with my Asperger's syndrome, I had finally started improving, and I felt like I was getting better. And now pretty much all of my progress was forced to be put on pause, and I didn't know how long it was going to be on pause, and I was so scared about regressing and losing all of the progress and hard work that I had put in. I didn't want to come out of quarantine and go back to work and not know how to talk to people and not know how to have those relationships that I had worked so hard to get better at having. For me, this entire situation has really just, it's made me scared and anxious, because I don't know what the future holds for the world, but I also don't know what the future holds for me. Like, I'm trying every day to be happy and to continue to being social, but at the same time, can you really be social when you can't go anywhere? Now I am back at work with restrictions, of course, but they have allowed us to go back to work. And so I'm back at work now, but it's like when I leave work, I go straight home. If I go to the grocery store, I wear my mask and I get the stuff that I need to get, and then I'm going back home. I'm in the store and then I'm out of the store. I'm not taking time to chat with people. You can't get close to people. Like, pretty much we're in a situation. You have to think about it like this. For me, it is extremely beneficial for my mental well-being to talk to people and to socialize with people. But I live in a world where it's better for the world for me to not do that. It's kind of been like just a weird situation for me to be in, because obviously I'm following all the restrictions and guidelines I need to be following, and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. But it gives me anxiety when I think about how that's going to affect me in the long term, because one day when there is a cure for COVID-19 and we can start socializing again, will I know how? Like, will all the progress that I've made be gone? And it scares me. It really does scare me, because I don't know what's going to happen with the virus. I don't know how long we're going to be in this situation, and I don't know if I will go back to the place that I was with my progress. I know there's a lot of people out there who have been affected far worse by the virus, and there's people who still aren't back to work. I'm not at all trying to victimize myself or try to gain sympathy and saying that COVID-19 has affected me worse than it's affected anyone else on the planet. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just coming on here to share my story and pretty much let you guys know how I've been handling everything, because I have not been handling it well. And I feel like I always try to remain positive and happy, especially when I make videos. It's been really difficult for me to be happy and be positive about everything. That's pretty much why I haven't been making videos, because like literally when we were on lockdown and when I wasn't working for 6 weeks, like there was about at least 5 different times where I would start vlogging and I would just turn the camera off because I would be so depressed. And when I would go back and watch that footage, like it wasn't even worth posting, because I'm talking in the videos and I'm being, telling everything that's going on, and I'm talking and I'm doing all this stuff. But you can literally see in my eyes the amount of sadness that I'm feeling. And I never wanted to come across that in my videos, and I still don't. But I feel like given what the state of the world is in, I feel like it's okay for people to say, I'm not handling it that well. So like a lot of people feel like it's absolutely necessary to be like, you can get through it. These are 10 ways to remain positive. Keep a smile on your face. Like, it's not that bad. And I get that, and I wish I could be that kind of person, but I just haven't been. I've been trying so hard to be positive and uplifting and thinking about the good and thinking about how one day things are going to be better and all of this is going to go away. I haven't been able to get to that point yet, and I wish I could, but it just hasn't happened. And I'm hoping any day now. I was starting to feel better about everything, and then obviously all this stuff with Black Lives Matter, which I talked about in my last video. And I'm not going to get back into it, even though more stuff develops every single day. That gets to me too. That's been adding to my stress and anxiety and sadness. And so pretty much I'm just trying to take it day by day. I'm trying to be happy. I'm trying to just focus on the good that's going on in the world. I think I said this in the last video too. I feel like the most beautiful thing to come out of 2020 is that despite everything that we've gone through and everything that we're currently going through and everything that we will go through, it's brought us together. You see people protesting on the streets. We're holding hands and we're marching together and we're walking together. We're supporting each other when families get sick. Like, we're all dealing with the same things all across the world. And so when I see stuff like that and I see people being brought together because of stuff like that, it makes me happy. That does make me happy. And so I try to focus on that, and I try to focus on the fact that, stuff may be opening back up, and that obviously gives me anxiety, but we're being careful about it and we're following restrictions. And every time I go in the store, most of the people who are in the store are wearing masks too, and we're not getting too close to each other. So we're finding ways to live with everything, but we're continuing to live, which I do feel is important as well. And so I try not to get too bad anxiety when I see people, going out to eat and stuff, because that's the part of life, and you can't stop doing everything, I guess. I feel like I'm getting better. I feel like I'm being positive and I'm trying to be uplifting, which I feel like is helpful. I was pretty bad when all of this started out. I'm slowly getting better, but I'm still not great. And that's okay. It's okay to not be handling things perfectly, to not be super positive about the situation. I've always been very positive and I've always tried to find the good and stuff, but for the past couple months it's just been really hard, and it's been taking a toll on me. So that's where I've been, and that's why I haven't been posting videos, because I find it really difficult to look happy on camera when I'm not happy, and I don't want to post a video where I look like someone ran over my cat. Like, I don't want to be negative in my videos, so that's why I haven't been posting. But I feel like I'm getting better, with therapy is really helping, and also just learning to live with this virus, because at the end of the day, we don't know how long it's going to be here. Hopefully everything will be cleared up by 2021 and everything will be back to somewhat normal, but we don't know that, and that's just the truth. We don't know what the future looks like, but we can't stop living because of everything that's going on. And I think that's what I'm trying to tell myself, and that's what I'm saying to, stay happy and keep myself afloat. And so I feel like having that mindset has really been helping, but for the most part, I'm just taking it day by day. I wake up, I go to work, I'm doing my part. I'm trying to be as safe as possible, but I'm also trying to get back to normalcy and what normalcy used to be. I feel like this is the second video in a row that's kind of just been all over the place, but I really just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys, because I felt like I just wanted to let you guys know how I've been handling things and why I haven't been making videos. I haven't been up to it. Like, that's the honest to God truth. I haven't been happy. I haven't been positive. I haven't felt like making videos. And I feel like that's totally understandable. Like, there's a virus out there that doesn't have a cure. People are catching it and getting sick, and some people are dying. Like, making a YouTube video is not the most important thing in the world right now. There are certain things that, everyone has their things that they like to do for fun and things they've been able to do. And this virus has changed things, and what was once normal is not what it is right now, and it might not ever be that again. But we just have to find ways to, move forward and handle everything and take everything with a grain of salt. Things aren't going to be this way forever. I strongly believe that. That's one thing that I do truly believe with every fiber of my being, is that someday things will get better. I don't know when. I don't know how long the world is going to be like it is, but I do strongly believe that it will not be this way forever, and we just have to stay strong and stick together. Things are going to get better. I really do believe that. But that's pretty much it for this video. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I think filming videos at night is going to be my new normal, because that seems to be the only time that I managed to put aside for filming videos. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys will see another video next week. I'm really going to try super, super hard. I'm actually making another video soon here where I explain my new plans for my uploading schedule. Just ways to make posting and editing easier for me, so that I can hopefully stick to a strict schedule, because it is important to me, and I do miss making videos. But like I said, I just haven't felt up to it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you push that notification bell, you'll be notified every time I post a video. Thank you so much for all your love and support. It means the world to me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!